Hi Capricorn, welcome to your love reading for April 2019. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. I've already shuffled the decks for you, so let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and start by getting 9 cards for you from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April 2019. The first card that you have, Capricorn, is the Ace of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. King of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. The Chariot. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. The Sun. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. 2 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. Actually, I have 2 cards for you here. I've got the 5 of Wands and I've got the 5 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. Knight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. The High Priestess. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for April. And the Emperor. What's the most important thing that Capricorn needs to hear about their love life for April 2019? The message that you have, Capricorn, is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is an earth sign. This can be your energy, and I'll explain how this relates to the reading when I get through it. But this can also be a romantic partner who's also another earth sign, either a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Also, if you would like to get private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com. I'll put a link down below, also a link to my Facebook, and you should be watching this on YouTube channel, Channel Guidance Tarot. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here, because I see some interesting messages. We have your energy right here, because you are an earth sign, and you are surrounded by the Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot. So this is a positive message for you, because you're surrounded by the energy of a new beginning, but you're also surrounded by the energy of victory, the Chariot. Now the Chariot is also, kind of a lot of changes, a lot of movement around your love life, but this is all positive. There is some type of new beginning. For those who are single, there can definitely be new people coming in for you in the month of April. There can be a new relationship that develops. For those who are already coupled and maybe you're really struggling, maybe you're separated, this can be a time of new beginnings. To me, the Ace of Pentacles, it's not just a new beginning. It's something that's very unexpected. So, there could definitely be a reunion, with an ex. The Chariot does mean that you do have to hang in there, though. The Chariot is all about staying in the driver's seat and being very persistent in getting this victory. So, if you are separated from the person that you love, just know that for the month of April, you do have a strong message of a new beginning. And you have this energy of victory, but you do have to stay in the driver's seat. You have to stay in control. Now the Chariot, it does also represent the sign of Cancer. So for some of you, this can be the energy of your partner or your ex. Now in the second row here, you've got the Sun, the 2 of Pentacles, and then these 2 cards came out together, the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. So, I feel like there's something really kind of tricky, something difficult going on with Capricorn. You have the 2 of Pentacles here, which to me, this is indecision. This is scattered energy. So there may be a relationship. You may be in a relationship with someone where there's a lot of back and forth. Either this is someone that comes and goes, or the relationship is off and on. Maybe they're undecided whether they want to be with you. Maybe there's another person involved. There is, there is some type of back and forth here, like shuffling back and forth. And there is a problem. You've got, I pulled these cards together. I was going to pull one, but I got both, and they're both 5s. So 5s do represent that there's a problem or a challenge in your love life right now. And seeing this card right here, the 5 of Wands, because it does sometimes represent competition. And this won't be for everyone, but for those of you where, there is another person involved in your relationship, I feel like this will be resolved in your favor because you have the Sun. So again, this can be, kind of back and forth between you and another person. The 5 of Wands can represent competition. The 5 of Pentacles, this is just really suffering and feeling emotionally shut out. But the Sun is a major arcana that promises success. The most positive card in the deck is telling you this will work out in your favor. Now, for some of you, there is no other party. There is nobody else in your relationship, but perhaps there's still a lot of coming and going. Maybe you're having a lot of issues. Maybe there's a lot of fighting. The Five of Wands can definitely represent disputes, a lot of pettiness, a lot of fightings and misunderstandings. And this is something that's really hurting you with the Five of Pentacles. You're really feeling like your partner has completely shut you out emotionally. And maybe there's been a lot of ups and downs in the relationship. You still have that energy of success. This can work out in your favor, especially, you know, with the Ace of Pentacles up there and the Chariot. There is, you know, kind of positive energy around those who are struggling. Now down here, you've got the Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Emperor. So you're being told by these three cards, it's a pretty simple message that whatever it is that's happening in your love life right now that's causing you anxiety, that can change very quickly with the Knight of Swords. This is almost like the Tower. Things can change very unexpectedly, but it does require you to follow this guidance right here. So the High Priestess would be really trusting your intuition. So if you have a partner that's, you know, kind of coming and going, what is your intuition telling you about the situation? Is it telling you that, you know, they're just confused? Is your intuition telling you that there's somebody else? Is your intuition telling you that it's going to be okay? It's important for you to trust your intuition when it comes to these ups and downs and this challenge in your love life. And the Emperor is telling you you've got to stay in control. So this is definitely tying in with the Chariot up there. The Emperor is telling you somebody has to take control of this situation here, where there's a lot of back and forth. This is a lack of stability in your love life, and possibly for some of you because there's so much back and forth, either literally kind of coming and going, or there can just be kind of wishy-washy energy where someone is committed one day and then not the next. I do feel like you're really taking this really hard with the Five of Pentacles. You're really suffering. And with that Five of Wands, if it's not another person in the picture, then it can just be that there's strong differences between you and your partner. But again, this is nothing that you can't work out with the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Let's get a few more. Okay, so I'm going to put the Five of Pentacles back in here. We'll keep in mind that it came up here. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for April? We have the Eight of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for April? The Ace of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for April? And the Tower. Okay, so let's take a look at these three cards. You know, what I see here is that, I mean, this may be a different message for some of you because this is the goodbye card. This means that somebody has left. Somebody has walked away because they were no longer happy. However, I do see a very unexpected new beginning here. So you do have a strong energy of like a new beginning, a new relationship. I see it here, and then it's the first card as well. There's a strong energy of a new beginning, possibly where there was a goodbye. And the Tower is saying that there could be a shocking new beginning. It could be that maybe a relationship has been over for some time. Maybe it's been months, maybe it's been a year, a few years. There's just kind of like a shocking new beginning where there was a goodbye. I mean, of course, for those of you where maybe you don't want somebody back, you just want to meet somebody new, it could be that somebody left you and there's a very unexpected new relationship, because I still see that over here with the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands, this is a fresh start for you. This is a clean slate. You know, if it's an ex, this is the energy of all is forgiven, all is forgotten. You're able to start over again. And this is something that takes you completely by surprise. The Tower can also be communication that is just kind of extremely shocking. Like you hear from the last person you ever thought you would hear from. This is something that is just kind of, you know, it blows your mind. So although I feel like you're struggling with something, I feel like April can bring you a very pleasant surprise. A very pleasant surprise, maybe with someone who had, you know, trouble committing to you, or even someone who chose someone else. I feel like, you know, that is a strong message for you. Now, I want to go back to the main energy because it is yours. The Queen of Pentacles is an, you know, this is an earth sign, Capricorn. Considering that you have the Chariot and the Emperor, I feel like this is your energy. Of course, if your ex or your partner is an earth sign, then that's them. But this is saying that you've got to stay in control. That's why the Chariot is victory. You have victory in your love life because you refuse to give up and you're taking charge of the situation. So this is actually your energy here. Let's get a few cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for April? We've got the Knight of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for April? Got the Two of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for April? And the Page of Wands. What's the most important thing that Capricorn needs to hear about their love life for April 2019? The message that you have is the Six of Wands. So this is the other victory card. You have the Major Arcana victory card, and now you have the Minor Arcana victory card. So whatever it is that you're struggling with, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs. Maybe there's another person. Maybe there's a lot of fighting. You can overcome these obstacles. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these three cards, see what they mean for you. You know, what I see here is change. All the knights represent change and movement. Here's one. And then you have the Page of Wands, which does represent change, an exciting change and adventure, happiness, lighthearted energy. And then there's a soulmate energy here, the Two of Cups, a soulmate relationship. Two people who are very close and who have a strong bond. So I feel like this is just telling you this is what can be, even if you are struggling, even if there's a lot of fighting, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of going back and forth. You still have that connection with this person. And the Knight of Cups is saying that things can change. This is a positive change in your love life. For some, this can even be a proposal, whether it's a marriage proposal, a proposal to get back together, to talk. There's much more lighthearted energy here. I mean, this is excitement and this is adventure, just kind of having a good time. So I feel like this row here is just kind of telling you that even if you are struggling with some of the issues over here, if you stay in control, if you take charge, again, the Emperor and the Chariot, you will be happy again. There will be a positive change in your love life. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for those who just want to hear about their ex. I'm going to use this deck right here. I've already shuffled it, so let me get these out of the way. And as always, with the ex spread, it can be someone you had a long-term committed relationship with, or it can even be somebody that maybe you dated a few times and you just want to know if they're going to return, if you're going to hear from them again. Okay, let's see what comes up for you. Show me the energies around Capricorn and their ex. 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 Okay, so this is what you have. And you do have, let's see, this is a repeat card right here because you did have the Ace of Wands in the first spread. So this is a really positive message for you because we're asking about a relationship that is over, and you do have actually two new beginnings there. So I was looking for the other card here, but I'll look for it in a minute. Let's get into this part. Let's look at the first row here. So again, we're asking about a relationship where it's over, you're not together anymore, but you're surrounded by new beginnings. You have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Cups, this is definitely, a new beginning in your love life. This is, rekindling that connection, with your ex. And the Ace of Wands over here, this is a repeat card, is telling you that you can wipe the slate clean with this person no matter what happened. Here's the card that I was looking for. So this is a card that was in the first spread that I did for you, has repeated itself. So this is important for you. The Ace of Wands means that you can start over again. So no matter what happened or how things ended, maybe it was really ugly, maybe it was really painful, you can completely rekindle the relationship. You can erase all those painful things that happened. And you have the Wheel in the middle of the two new beginnings here. The Wheel does mean that there is movement around the relationship with your ex. The Wheel is a movement, but it is also positive change. Now, it also means that there is kind of like a lucky energy around you for the month of April. So if let's say you broke up maybe last year or maybe in January or something like that, the Wheel is saying that in the month of April, it's a very positive time for new beginnings, because just look at it. It's surrounded by new beginnings. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands 2 times. So again, it could be that you hear from them very unexpectedly. You did have the Tower here, and you even had the Knight of Swords, which is very similar to the Tower. So very positive for those that want to reunite. You also have the Four of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Now here, I feel like this is a strong message for you as well. The fours do represent stability and a firm foundation. So You know, and this brings me back to this card right here, because I talked about it quite a bit, the Two of Pentacles. There's usually a lack of stability here. There's a lack of stability. This is wishy-washy energy going back and forth. And now you have two fours right next to each other, which is the opposite. This is stability and a firm foundation. So for some of you, you may have to work to kind of rebuild that relationship with your ex. Or it could be that when you reunite, when you get back together, it's going to be a much stronger relationship. For some of you, you do need to be patient, because the Four of Swords does mean someone has a lot to think about. There's still some unhappiness here. And the Four of Cups, it can be, most of the time, it's this energy of just not seeing what is right in front of you. So your ex may not even understand, like, maybe what you meant to them. They may not understand that you were the one, or they may not understand their feelings for you. This is just kind of, you know, dwelling on your own unhappiness and not noticing what's right in front of you. Maybe they need time to think. This is a very mental card, and I do like this deck because we see the person sitting here in the lotus position meditating, and they're meditating on perhaps, you know, what is right in front of them that they're not seeing. But we also have the Ten of Cups, which is a happily ever after. And this would be your relationship with your ex. This is a card of happiness and marriage and children, but maybe they need time to think. Now, another message from the Four of Swords is healing. So again, if there was a lot of pain in the relationship with your ex, because you did have the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, and I pulled them both together, so there was a, you know, a big problem there. It could be that there, you know, there has to be healing for both of you. Maybe there has to be forgiveness. So I feel like, you know, the message up there is telling you that for the month of April, you are surrounded by new beginnings when it comes to your ex. This could be your time. This could be the perfect time to reunite with the Wheel being here. It's a very lucky time for you. But also, you may need to work on the foundation of your relationship with this person, rebuilding that foundation and creating stability. And there may have to be, you know, some healing, some forgiveness, and just know there's still some unhappiness here that needs to be worked out. But you do have the Ten of Cups, which is telling you that you can still have that happily ever after that you wanted with this person. It's also telling you that the feelings are also still there, which you also have here with the Ace of Cups. There's still a new beginning that is waiting there for you. It's just there's a lot on this person's mind, possibly also on your mind. This card only comes up when there's someone's doing a lot of thinking, and they may also be deciding right now whether they want to return. Maybe they're going over in their head everything that has happened. They're trying to figure out how they feel, which is what we see right here. Okay, let's get a few more cards. See what other messages come up to clarify this. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn about their ex for April 2019? So this is a repeat card because this is one of the ones that came up together, the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. What other messages are there for Capricorn about their ex for April? The Two of Wands. Messages for Capricorn about their ex for April. The World. Messages for Capricorn about their ex for April. And Five of Pentacles. So that's pretty strange because these two cards right here, I pulled them, if you go back and watch, I pulled them together for you. And they were in the second row. I did put the Five of Pentacles back, but here's the Five of Wands. So this is a strong message for you, and this is a strong message for you. These are all repeat cards. The Five of Wands is a repeat card. The Five of Pentacles is technically a repeat card, and the Ace of Wands is a repeat card. So these are just kind of things that are kind of standing out, like this is what you need to hear. This is what it's important for you. This is going to give you an explanation of what's to come. So again, Five of Wands, repeat card. I feel like some of this, because you have the Two of Wands, and I'm even looking at the Four of Swords here, for some of you, your ex could really be holding back on you. To me, the Five of Wands, most of the time when there's not like another person involved, it does mean that someone is struggling. They're fighting something within them. They're fighting their feelings, which, you know, technically that also is represented by the Four of Cups, not seeing what is right in front of them. So it could be that you're having to wait, which I see right here with the Two of Wands. You're having to wait because your ex is struggling. They're struggling maybe with making a decision. They're fighting their feelings. They're fighting something within them. There's an inner struggle here. However, you do have a new beginning with the World. The World is an ending, a new beginning. This is just a new cycle, a new chapter in the relationship with this person that you want back in your life. It does mean though that, you know, you need to close the door to the old chapter. So this could be, you know, the fighting, the misunderstandings, the lack of stability that we see here. The world just means that something has to end. It's time for a new chapter in the relationship with this person. And this also is important because it is a repeat card, although I did put the other card back. But it did come up with the Five of Wands. So this shows that possibly that maybe you're still not on the same page. It doesn't mean that they don't love you or that you don't love them, but the Five of Pentacles sometimes means that you just feel really alone and you feel lonely and isolated. You feel like nobody understands you. And maybe that's what needs to change. Maybe there was a lack of compatibility, because sometimes with the Five of Wands, it also just means that there's strong differences between you, and they did come out together. So for some of you, you need to kind of be on the same page, and that may take time. That could be why you have the Two of Wands. So I do see a lot of positive energy for your ex. I mean, there's new beginnings. There's new beginnings. You still have that happily ever after. Just know that there's some waiting involved. So although it may look hopeless, it really isn't. You're just waiting for everything to fall into place. Okay, Capricorn, this has been your love reading for April 2019. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.